My channel Suresh Coding Hub. In this video, we are going to understand a very important topic, which is a WebSocket and why it is needed. You have seen applications nowadays where we are showing a real-time data. For example, we have applications like chat applications, online gaming, livestock updates. Let's say cricket scores you are seeing live on a application. So all these applications need a real-time data. Okay, and if you need a real-time data, you need to definitely go with a WebSocket. Now, before going to the actual definition of WebSocket, as we know, we have a client and server, and how client server interact. A client send a request to a server, and server process it and send the response back to client. So for real-time applications, now consider live cricket match, and you are showing on a desktop the live updates of that match. Let's think if you are not using a WebSocket, the previous way is we are doing it with the HTTP. Okay, HTTP, what you will do, you will ask for the current update. Okay, server will check it and it will give you the response. Then again you will ask what is the update now at this moment. Again server will check it and send you the response back. You need to completely keep interacting with the server. So here you will be having a multiple request and responses, which will definitely affect a performance. Okay, a browser will be having a heavy load. Okay, even you will get the timeout issues very often, and the data even you are getting, we cannot say it is a exact real-time data. To fix that issue, which is known as like HTTP polling, we have a WebSocket. What this WebSocket will do is, we will be having a client and server. We will establish a connection between these two once. Okay, client send a request, server accepted the connection. Later, once it is connected one time, these two can communicate each other. Okay, it's a two-way communication. Client can interact with server, and whenever server wants, server can also interact back to the client. In that case, you don't need to do a multiple request and responses. With a running application, I'm going to demo with a code base how we need to integrate a WebSocket in our application. So simply what I did, I created one React application using a Next.js framework. It could be anything in your case. It could be an Angular application, or it could be any other framework. But our main focus is going to be in a server, WebSocket server. Okay, so this could be anything, but I'll just run this application first, then we'll give you the details how WebSocket server works. I'm running my application, and I have a WebSocket server for this application. Okay, let me run the application first. Okay, at this host, my application will be up now. So this is my application where I am showing a real-time updates. So we'll be having few trucks which are moving from one place to other, and they're providing us with the help of some GPS or some trackers. Let's say they're giving us the live updates of what is the vehicle moving, or what is the driver status, is the moving status, or what is the status speed of that vehicle, and fuel consumptions and the temperature. So these all the data will come from the GPS and come to client. Okay, which we will display on a real time. I have connected here a RTK Redux server. So if somebody is interested to how we need to connect Redux to the RTK application, the complete tutorial will be available. You can go to directly this link to my channel, and we will be having like what is state management, context, and how you will connect a Redux, how you connect a RTK in your React application, how you will connect the Justin or and Redux middleware. So you will get these details. So coming back to our things, so as I told, we are going to show the real-time updates here from the WebSocket. Okay, in our application there are two things now. What is one is our client side project, which is UI project, and within here you can keep it outside of this project also, but I kept it. You can create a separate project which is your server, okay, which will give you the live data, okay, which you need to display here real time. Okay, so I kept that folder within the this logistic digital twin UI app, but you can keep it separate also and run it. Now question is how we created this project. Okay, so to create a WebSocket, this is the backend part, okay, server part. First, this is the server part, and we will be connecting this in a client. We will see both the things. So first, to set up a project itself for a WebSocket, which is just this four files, you can see 5 files here. First you can create any folder. Okay, I created vehicle WebSocket server, but you can have anything named, like as an example WebSocket demo. You go to the directory and run the command npm init, which will create a package.json file for you. It will look something like this. You will get this simple package.json.file. Then again what you will do is you have to install a WebSocket plugin from npm. Once you run this one, you will be getting the node modules edit as seen here, and you have to create a manually one file which is server.js file, where you have to create the WebSocket server. Okay, so I'll show you something. This server.ts file have couple of things. Okay, those things are you can copy directly to your file, but if you don't want to do it, I just explain what it is, right? With the plugin edit, we will get the WebSocket, okay, with the help of a require. And then simply, as this is the backend part, right, you will be having one port. In this case it is 8080. So client which is a React application or Angular application will listen continuous to this port. Okay, so we have created one server after getting dependency, and once the you will get these logs, okay, like console.log, this is your 8080 port, and we have the event listener coming with the WebSocket. Okay, so here connection, once the connection got established, right, this event listener will invoke, then we will see this message like a client connected. And as I told, it's a two-way communication. If you want to send some message or you will then you will use like WebSocket.send. Okay, so this message has will be sent to the client, and like you will be have a listeners for getting the message. Once client sent you something, you will get this listener and like message received. Okay, and if the server is got closed, this listener will be invoked. So this is very simple files with some listeners coming from the WebSocket. Now I used this particular default reference, and I created my server.ts file for the given example here. If you see here, what I did, I created a server at 8080 port, and these all are my methods, like connection got created. And what I'm doing is I have created one dummy JSON where it have the 3 truck information with like who is the driver and name, latitude, longitude, their speed default. Okay, this truck is status moving, one truck I kept status stopped, and one I moved status as offline. So this is going to come from the GPS tracker in actual. And connection is established here. We will be getting like this message we are sending from the server to the client, like connection this vehicle information currently, and this is the event handler for close, as I shown the default one. Now I created one set timeout interval. What this set timeout is doing is every 3 seconds only for the moving vehicle status this record with the help of math.random. I am doing small tweaks to its latitude, longitude, speed and all. Okay, what it do is it will do some real-time updates every 3 seconds, and finally if the socket is open, we will check the connection. If it is established, then you are sending the data to the client. Okay, So this is our backend server. Hope this is understandable, right? So in our application, I'm going to this vehicle WebSocket server. Okay, this place I went, and I need to execute that. So currently if you see, all are 000, nothing data is coming. What I'm simply doing, I'm running this file. Okay, so in my package.json I have a script, npm start I can use, or I can either go directly with node server.ts file. So simply I'm just running here npm start, which is going to run my WebSocket server. So we can see these logs: WebSocket server running, and this is the port, and client got connected, and vehicles updated. Okay, so from here we start sending every 3 second data to the client. Okay, if you see here, see, once the client starts sending data in a UI, we are able to see those what are the total number of vehicles, what are the moving, stop, all these details. And you see, for the moving one, we are keep changing in every 3 seconds, speed, fuel, and even the location. I integrated it using the Redux, and use GIS map, where the latitude, longitude are changing, and this pointers are moving here. This kind of application we developed in real time with the help of WebSocket. Now we will understand. So from server we are sending the data. This is understandable how clients listen it, right? So in our this file, our WebSocket, just I'm showing the readme file. We reach up to this state, right? Create the server, and then we are able to run the server also. And I given the example. Now for the client, right, you can use see, if it is very small HTML application in a script, you can just listen to the socket, right? Like this is nothing but which port you are running your application. In my case, it is running in this 8080 initially I shown here. So just we need to check, like we need to connect to that socket URL, and once the connection is established, we will get this listeners, event listeners that connected, and whenever message is received from the server, we will get this invoked on message. We can print that message on close, this will be invoked, right? And if we want to send a message something to the server, we can send what message we need to send, and we can connect with the help of, as it is bidirectional, it will send to this WebSocket server also, and there also we will be able to listen the message. Okay, now in my React application, in my this React application, how I did it, the same thing is, I created a file here, source, and I have a services. I created a WebSocket.ts file. What this WebSocket.ts will do is, again, even in this one, as a dependency in my package.json, I have added a WebSocket. Okay, I have this GIS map and React hook forms and tailwind, and I will be adding here in this case WebSocket as well. Yeah, here it is 8.21.0, because you added that plugin, and you will try to listen to this port, as this port is up and running, right? Like I'm keep updating the vehicles from the socket every 3 seconds, so it will try to listen that WebSocket server, and once the connection is established, you will see this log, okay, connected to socket. And once the server send you some message, whatever the values it sends, you will get the real-time data. In this case, I have connected it to RTK Redux. So with the help of a dispatch method, I am setting whatever values coming from my WebSocket directly to my Redux. So that code is will be in a features vehicle slice. So whatever values I'm getting from the backend server, I'm setting it directly all these values. Once these values are up, this state is updated, my UI is refreshed with the updated value. That's why you are seeing all these values as the updated values here. So coming back here, on message, on close, on error, these all are the event listeners we have. So this is how we communicate between the client WebSocket.ts and how we communicated with the backend server. Okay, so let's summarize each and everything here. We understood what is a WebSocket. it will create a communication channel between the client and server, okay, over a single TCP connection. It's a bi-directional, anyone can send a message to each other, and it's a real-time updates, okay. And it will fix the issues HTTP polling which we used to have if we need to send again and again the request and response to show some live updates. So this is not preferable. We have to go with the WebSockets, and we used in applications kind like chat applications, online gaming, where we need to show the live stocks updates, live notifications, okay. So simply how we used to do setup is, right, we need to create a project, WebSocket project, and we need to give the port, which port we need to listen. It is WSS if you need to use a secure URL. Otherwise in localhost we can use as a WS, and WSS said as a secure URLs, okay. And these are the event listeners. They're like, once the connection got created on open and the message received from either parties, right, on message will trigger in client as well as in a server based on our requirements. And if we close the connections, let's say I'm just closing it here, you will stop it will stop getting the live updates. Now it will stop here. It's not changing now every 3 seconds, okay. And what else we have remaining here to explain? Hope we have covered each and everything. So if you want to understand this complete application, how you create a React with Next.js applications and connecting to the Redux, so already there are some videos I uploaded to explain them. But if you want to understand this project, or you need a code base for this one for your understanding, let me know in the comments. We'll provide them. Yeah, thank you for watching.